near the end of every weekday, 4 p.m.-ish, let's say, maybe even 3 o'clock, you want to try and get on this. But you got to give room for the day to play out. Send a brief email update to every active client. A very brief email update. Now I'm going to give you 5 examples. And again, recordings will go out, transcripts will go out, you'll get all this, so don't worry too much about screenshotting the exact wording. I'm going to move through these relatively quickly. So here's what we've got. We've got live clients. They've got offers in the pipe. They want to know what's happening with their file, right? They're picturing that boardroom with 32 people gathered around it, looking at Julie and Stephen's file, and should we lend them this money or not? They think that's all happening on the 54th floor of the bank's high-rise. This is not what's happening, of course, right? That's not the reality at all. But they don't know what's happening. They only know what you tell them. And if you tell them nothing, then they create stories in their minds of what's happening. So you have to tell them something. And if you tell them something at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, they're probably not going to call you at 7:30 at night to get an update, because you've already updated them. Get ahead of the curve. So Monday, good afternoon, just a quick note to let you know your file is in for review with the lender. More news tomorrow. You'll notice in these slides, there's words I have put in bold gold. Bold gold, that works, I hadn't even thought about that. Bold gold. It's a quick note. Your file is into the lender, not into Scotia, into TD, into First Nat, and I feel like I had to name all the lenders to keep it fair. It's not into XYZ lender, it's into the lender. The reason you do that is to avoid the pain and suffering of having to explain to them why they were declined. Because people don't handle rejection well. Oh man, I can't wait to get into that topic tomorrow. But people don't handle rejection very well at all, even when it's by a big bank. They feel like the bank has judged them, those 32 people around the boardroom table have judged Julie and Stephen and said, you guys are shit. We're not giving you any money. And they feel like we're never going to get money anywhere. I remember walking away from a $409,000 duplex zoned waterfront lot, 409 grand, 25 years ago. Would have been a huge stretch to have made that work. But today that lot is worth $6 million. Damn. Now, would I have held on to it? Yeah, maybe. It's waterfront on the ocean. I don't know, maybe. And it was duplex zone, so it really could have worked out in a lot of different ways. But the bank said no. And aren't all banks the same? So that was it. BMO said no. So, okay, that was it. Didn't even occur to us to go to TD, Scotia, anywhere else. Go to the credit union, talk to a mortgage broker. That was like 1997. But still, that was it. And clients today, I guarantee you, that's how they're thinking. So you got to be a little cautious. As I say, tomorrow we'll talk about rejection. We'll get to that. But this is setting the table for that. You avoid it, right, with the word lender. Tuesday, good afternoon. Still no news today as we expected. Or pardon me, no news today as we expected, because you've already communicated to the client that everything is backed up. It's crazy town. It's going to take 3 days just to get the answer back, maybe 4. But I'm in my office every single day. I'm fighting for you. We're going to make it happen. So no news today as we expected. Let's use this window to get the balance of documents uploaded in time for file review. I'm suggesting uploading because, boy, we got to get away from email as an industry. We really do. And I call it a file. I never call it a deal. A deal is what you get on a used car. So I prefer the word file, and I know I'm fighting an uphill battle. I know the whole industry likes deal, but that's a game show. It's a used car. We're better than that. So I like to say file, and I like to talk about clients, because I don't have customers. All right, the Quickie Mart has customers. The corner store has customers. We have clients, just like a lawyer has a client or an accountant has a client. When have you ever heard a lawyer or an accountant or any other professional talk about customers? No, we have clients and we have files. Wednesday, good afternoon. The lender confirmed they'll review the file tomorrow. Thanks again for completing the docs package in time for this. Right, so you've used that time to get all the docs together. Because it's not about getting the commitment and then getting the docs from the client. You already know all the docs that are going to be required. And you're asking for all of them up front, hopefully long before we've gotten to this stage. You better have all the docs long before you hit submit. I mean, that's just in this crazy town to not have that in this world. Thursday, good afternoon. We're on track, appraisal set. A written commitment from the lender expected by 1 p.m. tomorrow. Pushed it all the way to 1 p.m. Friday. The client's actually not losing their mind about this because you have updated them every single day. Every single day. And by the way, if there was void check and ID still outstanding, at the bottom of this would be 2 bullet points. Void check ID. They would still be there on every email until I got that void check and ID. Good morning. Complete commitment package will be prepared by 2 p.m. today. Can we connect for a Zoom or call to review and sign together at that time, right? Wording on that could be a little better. I think it's vital that we review documents with clients. I think it's crucial that we review documents with clients. It's just ridiculous to send a client up to a 29-page document, expecting them to just click, 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 and e-sign it all, which I know a lot of them do, but boy, oh boy, as the quick little callback to, why are you going to get sued? Why are you going to get sued? That's not why this person is having a threat of a lawsuit, but why are you going to wind up getting sued? Probably because of poor communication. That's what all lawsuits boil down to, poor communication. And why did your clients not take the insurance? Because you didn't actually have a conversation with them about it. And I'm not even going to go there. I don't even have that topic in here because it's just a little too heavy for me right now. Bottom line, no news is only ever good news when you deliver the fact that there's no news, right? Like if I don't tell you that the lender hasn't come back with anything, if I'm just silent, you're building a story in your head. How do you feel when the underwriter doesn't get back to you? You start losing your mind. I can't get a hold of anybody. I don't know what's going on. Exactly. But you're not downloading that experience to your client. You get paid really well to be the filter between the craziness that is a Canadian mortgage approval process and the client, right? Like that is what it's all about. You're the filter, you're the translator, you're the heat sink for all of the crazy town stuff that goes on behind the scenes. You're riding the roller coaster without the client even knowing a roller coaster exists. Don't ever tell a client how hard you work for them. You don't know hard work. Hard work is roofing. I did that for 2 days. That was hard. What we do isn't hard. It's stressful, but our job is to make it seem simple. I mean, what does an expert do? What does a professional do? They make it look easy. And that's who people want to work with. And more importantly, that's who people want to refer to, someone who makes it look easy. The autoresponder, AKA out of office, all right? Fridays at 5 p.m. Again, this is your reward for what? This is your reward for sending an email update every single day this week. So your clients are all up to date. They don't need to reach you on the weekend. This is also your reward for having been in the business 3, 5, 7, 10 years at some point. You are absolutely entitled to unplug for your weekends. You do not need to be available on a Saturday or a Sunday at all, ever. You just don't. Yes, I know there's exceptions to every rule, but I mean, for the most part, you could get away with 50 weekends a year of being unavailable and not have any kind of problem. Let's face it, you can't fix anything until Monday morning anyways. So this is setting an expectation, right? And here's the expectation right now. If you email me, Happy New Year. If the matter is urgent, please text me, which many of you did, some of you at 5 a.m. this morning. I will do my best for you always. I did. I was up at 5:15 and I replied as quick as I could. Your email will receive a reply no later than Monday, January 17th. Okay, your emails got replied right away, right? And yeah, I don't know about this DW at the heart thing. I don't know, that's new, but I just thought I'd put that in there. I'm not like a super warm, fuzzy guy, so maybe I'm trying too hard. I don't know. But I'm making an effort, all right? I'm making an effort. I'm trying to simplify my email signature. All that stuff, president of this and that and all, DW, that's good. Let's go with that. This is for your benefit as much as the client's. This is how you get the headspace of your weekend, because the client is going to email you a documents package, unfortunately. They should be uploading it, but they're going to email you these documents package. And then what's going to happen? It's 7:30 on a Saturday night, and you're sitting at a wedding, and your phone's going to light up. And it's an important client. Like, this is a big file, it's live, it's happening, you've been waiting on docs, maybe there's a problem. You're gonna get up, back away from the table. People are gonna look at you like, really, dude? Like, you're at a wedding? Yeah, this is obviously a true story. And you're gonna run out to the hall and answer the phone and, hey, sorry, yeah, what did you need? Oh, I just wanted to make sure the email I sent hit your inbox. I just sent all my docs. Oh, okay, yeah, let me check, yeah. Yeah, no, I got them all. Okay, great, thanks, have a great night. Okay, thanks. Walk back in, sit back down. Dude, you really need to learn to turn it off. You're like a workaholic or something, eh? You got a problem, man. Like, that can't be good for your relationship. How's that working out anyway? How is that working out? Oh, that was just a fantastic conversation. And it was needless. It was needless. It never needed to happen. If I'd had an autoresponder on at that point, the guy would have got confirmation that his email hit my inbox. He wouldn't have phoned me. I wouldn't have got up from the table at a wedding to go take a work call on a Saturday night like a moron, right? Like, this is not a good thing to do. Like I say, this is for your benefit as much as for the clients. So again, my standard reply, right? Thank you for your email. If the matter is urgent, please text. I direct every one of them to text me, which is a contradiction because I'm going to talk about how you never want clients to text you. Or call. Otherwise, all emails will receive a response by 9 a.m. Monday morning. 8 a.m., 9 a.m., 10 a.m. Set it where you want to set it. Give yourself some breathing room, right? Some weeks I do change that a little bit. Have a great weekend, right? Now, like I say, rookies, for you, sorry, do not turn your phone off on the weekends. It will cost you $4,000, $8,000, $12,000, $20,000. It'll cost you connecting with an incredible client who will become one of your best referral partners, and oh my gosh, you're gonna have an amazing relationship. That's what'll happen. That's why the people who've been in the business for years and years can't turn their phone off on the weekend, because that's what actually happened. So you gotta be always on in the early days, in my opinion, all right? You are in a 747. Now picture that 747, it's like a Pablo Escobar plane loaded with cocaine, and there's a really short runway, and you're barely gonna get off the ground. But man, if you can get off the ground and you can get where you gotta go, you're gonna get paid. But if you don't get this thing off the ground, you're gonna die. And even if you don't die at the end of the trees, Pablo's gonna make sure that you, like, it's bad news to not get liftoff. You've gotta put everything into it, all right? You are not taking a vacation in May or June. Are you insane? Almost all of the real estate transactions for rookies in particular, May or June are the sweet spot. It's shooting fish in a barrel. There's just so much happening, you can't not get business. Unless you're off camping because it's your annual 2-week trip. Move that trip to March. Okay, camping in March, maybe not ideal. Move it to July. Move it to August when everyone else is taking time off and things calm down. But April, May, June, Q2, you can easily do 50% of your volume in 25% of the year. So again, I'm being a little opinionated, but well, that's what you came here for. And veterans. Like I say, for the vet, you've got off the ground. You're good. You're there, all right? So never turn your phone on a weekend. What's wrong with you? You're there. You're at 40,000 feet, 50,000 feet, 100 million feet. You're in a great spot, but you're worried. I get it. I've been there. You're worried if you step away from the controls for the weekend, the plane will crash and everything will be done, and that's it. You'll be out of the business. That is never going to happen. Back away from the phone. You've earned it, you deserve it. Rookies, you'll get there, So at the end of the day, my calendar looks a little bit like a rainbow, and yours should too, because color coding is super helpful. It really is. I mean, I guess unless you're colorblind, but color coding is very, very helpful. Shades of gray are very helpful. So I like to pack my calendar full of all kinds of stuff, but the number one thing I am suggesting you pack your calendar full of as well is empty space, right? Thinking time, napping time, meditation time, put out the fire zone, whatever it has to be. Effective scheduling is best done how? It is best done through Calendly or OneSub Schedule Once. You need to have these links set up. I was interacting with a broker a year ago, almost exactly, and they were like, oh, yeah, I should do that. It took them about 1 hour to set up. To other brokers, it's taken them like 15 minutes, 10 minutes to set the whole thing up. So I think it can be done pretty quick. But go to Calendly.com. If you haven't done this yet, go to OneSub.com and seriously, do this now. Sign up. Just get the sign up. We're going to go into a break in about 4 minutes. I'll roll into the next little bit here. But I want you on this break to go to Calendly.com, go to OneSub.com, or type this into an email to yourself, right? Write it down, email it to yourself, do whatever you got to do. But on the break, make sure that you set this as something that is actually going to happen, because it really will change your life. And it plays into some additional segments we're going to talk about as far as being efficient, being effective, and looking professional.